Wyatt's Favorite Radio.
Hi there, Wyatt Cox, Wyatt's Favorite Radio. A lot of you know me from USA Radio's Classic Radio Theater. This is kind of a mishmash program where I do lots of things that I don't do on Classic Radio Theater and some that I do. For example, on my local radio program here in Nevada, I had an interview with Laura Leibowitz of the International Jack Benny Fan Club. Guess what? She's found the Maxwell. Let's listen to some of that interview I did with her as they're trying to raise money to get the Maxwell. Person that we feature regularly on Classic Radio Theater is Jack Benny. And what is interesting is that even though Jack Benny has been gone since 1974, he still has a wonderful, wonderful following today. Among those people, Laura Leibowitz with the International Jack Benny Fan Club. They are still around to this day. jackbenny.org is the website. And Laura has found something, and I should play it, but I don't have it handy. And that is the wonderful Mel Blanc and the Maxwell. And Laura has found a Maxwell that her research shows was actually used in some of Jack's routines. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Wyatt. Glad to be here.
Tell us about this Maxwell you found.
Well, this particular Maxwell came up at a Hollywood auction of famous cars. Cars from the Great Race, Duesenberg that was used in whatever, and so forth. And
I love
this
doozies.
Maxwell, and at the time, sorry.
I love doozies. They're beautiful cars.
Oh, golly, yeah. And I happened to be in Fort Wayne at the time, and just like half an hour north of there is the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Museum. So, yeah, they're gorgeous.
Used to have a large collection in Las Vegas, and it was just incredible.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that there's one of the hotels there that purports to have Jack Benny's Maxwell, but I've tried to quiz them on the provenance, and I haven't been able to get enough information to be able to say one way or the other, because I've had many people come to me over the years. It's like, hey, I found Jack Benny's Maxwell, and it turns out to be something that he rode in a parade one time, or they used it as a publicity stunt to drive, somebody in town owned a Maxwell. Oh, let's drive it out to the airport and Jack up. And then you'd have a photo op with that. Well, this one, because it was coming with so many other well-documented cars of movie and television fame, it has the provenance. And in fact, it's a 1923 Maxwell touring car. And you can pull up many different clips of Jack, either for Texaco or on his regular show. And it's this car. Not to say that it's the only Maxwell he was ever pictured in, but this is the one that seems to have gotten the most airplay as far as I can see. So that was purchased by a fellow by the name of Bill Goodwin, who oddly enough owned a funeral parlor in Frankfort, Indiana, which fortunately was close enough to me in Fort Wayne at that time that I was able to drive down and see it in about 1987, 1988. And I had kept tabs on the car. It had stayed in Bill's collection all those years. And then earlier this year, it came up at auction. It sold for $15,000. And then it came up at auction in Tacoma, and there was no result on it. And I said, oh, my God. Wow. So I contacted them to make sure it was the same car. It was. They had the title and everything, and it was to Frankfort, Indiana. Okay, same car, yep. And was bidding online, and I can't believe it, but I got Jack Benny's Maxwell.
So now it's a matter of getting it.
It's still not real to me.
It's just a matter of getting it all together here and getting it so that it can be a part of the International Jack Benny Fan Club.
Exactly. Yep. Working on that right now.
And if you go to jackbenny.org, you can get a link to the GoFundMe. They're trying to raise, and you've already got a third of the money, and you've only been doing this, for just a few days?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very lucky.
And a large number of $39 donations. I can't imagine where that number came from. Not at all.
It's a thing, I guess. So.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
hoping some people will add a zero, like, give me $390, but I don't want to be greedy. Let's let everybody get help out. We have a GoFundMe page going with that. So, yeah, just looking to be able to get up over the top so that it covers the cost of the Maxwell, the buyer's premium, and the transportation to get it down here. And I have said, yeah.
You've got a couple of premiums here that you've got going on. If people donate, what was it, $50, they get to take a picture with a Maxwell.
Well, and if it's $50, you get to stand next to it and imitate Mel Blanc going. Or however you do that. See, I figured you didn't have the clip, but I can't handle to Mel. It's as close as I can get. And if you do $100, you can have your picture taken sitting in the car. And if you donate $1,000, I'll let you drive it in my driveway, which is a long driveway, but as long as you know how to drive a stick shift.
Well,
don't kill the clutch in it, please. Because it actually it does drive on its own power. I was amazed when they drove it up for the auction. Yeah, in fact, I said to a friend of mine that I was messaging with, I wonder if they're going to push it up or if they're actually going to drive it up. And when I saw that it was driving under its own power, it's like, oh my God, it drives!
Yeah. Laura Leibowitz, International Jack Benny Fan Club. If you want to participate in this, and I hope you will, jackbenny.org. Wonderful resource for all these great Jack Benny shows that we play, and I steal a lot of information from there, I'll tell you that. Laura, thanks for spending some time with us this morning.
Okay, thank you so much, Wyatt. Take care.
Oh, it was a lot of fun talking to Laura Leibowitz. I hope you will go to the website, jackbenny.org, have the opportunity to check out all the good information, but you click on that box at the top of the page, even if it's just $20 or $39, as Laura said, drop them a little money, help them get this Maxwell down where it needs to be. Thanks for tuning in, and this is Wyatt Cox.
The trees that fill the breeze with rare and magic perfume. Oh no, it isn't the trees, it's love in bloom. Can it be the spring that seems to bring the stars right into this room? Oh no, it isn't the spring, it's love in bloom. My heart was a desert, you planted a seed, and this is the flower, this hour of sweet fulfillment. Is it all a dream, the joy supreme that came to us in the blue? You know it isn't a dream, It's love in bloom.
From 1934, the Paul Whiteman Orchestra with Jack Fulton on the vocal and what would become Jack Benny's theme song, Love in Bloom. Next month would be, I think it's the 6th day of July, Pat Paulsen's birthday. I think you might remember him. He ran for president a whole bunch of times. I had the opportunity to talk with him. He passed in 97, and I had a chance to talk to him in March of 1996. And here's a portion of that. Here's the interview that we did with him promoting his season in Branson, Missouri. And I'll tell you a funny story about that when we hear this.
25 minutes past the hour. We thank you so much for making us a part of your day this morning in America, 21st day of March on your favorite station. I'm Wyatt Cox.
And I'm Dave Hand. Good morning.
And you're in the middle of breakfast, too, I see.
Oh, I'm just slurping some coffee here.
You need to put the coffee cup down because...
still green from St. Patrick's Day.
Well, we have here on the line with us a presidential candidate who is making his formal announcement today that he is, in fact, seeking the presidency of the United States.
Wow!
Ladies and gentlemen, making the first formal nationwide announcement... Clear off your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Jiminy Christmas. Making the formal announcement. This is a presidential candidate here.
Excuse me, a little decorum here.
Be civil. Pat Paulsen, hello, sir.
Well, I'm just happy as a clam to talk to you guys.
You know, he looks like a clam, too.
Well, we are... now, behave yourself.
I'm sorry. Pat.
Listen,
Mr.
guys,
President.
the formal announcement is that I'm making my headquarters in Branson.
Oh, so you will be making your headquarters for this election run in Branson, Missouri.
Right. I'm going to let the people come to me.
So is that where you came up with this slogan, United We Sit?
No, actually, I got on the ballot already in New Hampshire, and I came in second out of 23 running as a Democrat against Clinton. In fact, I got 3 times as many votes as Lyndon LaRouche, so I'm on my way.
So,
wow.
Yeah. So you're heading for it here.
Yeah.
Now you're running as a Democrat this year, not. I remember in the past you ran on the ticket of the Stag Party. Is that correct?
The first was that's the Straight Talking American Government Party.
Yes.
It's funny when you take those letters out.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah, but we didn't intend that to be a joke.
Yeah.
Mr. President, Mr. Paulsen, this is Dave Hand. I would be, of course, honored to be on the same ticket with you and to serve as your vice president, and would look forward to serving in your stead as president if the occasion should arise.
Well, I'd like that.
Mr. President,
I think any president requires some assassination insurance these days. I think Dave would serve that role wonderfully.
He would be absolutely perfect for the role.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Paulsen. By the way, you were recently quoted as saying something about the scum-sucking pigs currently in the Congress and in the White House. Could you elaborate on that just a little bit?
I never said that.
Is that a bad quote?
Yeah, that's totally off base.
Oh, I apologize, sir.
What I'm concerned about now, I want to make sure you take us off the air here for a second.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell you things that I don't want the audience
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to Branson also. I'm on a mission for the CIA.
Are you?
Yeah, there are foreign agents in Branson.
Is that right?
To this?
Really?
Well, let me tell you about one, a Russian comic named Yakov Smirnov.
Oh, I've heard of that guy.
Is
Yeah.
He drinks
and
a lot.
There's a Japanese fiddler there named Yogi Bear or Shogi or something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, what are they doing there? What's their real intent?
Well, there must
They're
be
foreign agents.
something going on there.
I think that's against the law.
I think so too. And with the communists starting to make a little comeback in Russia, you got to believe that Yakov is sent there for some reason, and nobody knows where he goes after his shows.
Well, Mr.
Know where he
Paulsen,
goes?
Where does he go?
I don't know. He must have some radio crystal set or something.
Something strange. By the way, you were supposed to be with us an hour ago. I wondered if maybe you were perhaps dining at McDonald's as the president does?
Well, I do. I am a simple, ordinary, common man.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've always thought that.
You don't agree so fast.
Well, see, he's trying to be a good vice presidential candidate. Doesn't that involve
I'm a good yes man, Mr. President.
Yeah, you're going to have to do everything I tell you to do.
I know.
You're going to be like a barking seal.
Can I walk your dogs, too?
Yes, you'll be doing all of that. Well, we only have one. We got a Yorkie.
Well, Mr. President, Mr. Paulsen, how do you feel about the reemergence of Ross Perot in this presidential campaign season?
Well, I don't know. Has he reemerged yet? I was flying yesterday, so I don't know. What did he do?
Well, the rumors are ripe in Washington, D.C. and all across the country that he's out there. He's going to make another stab at it. What do you think about that?
I think he ought to go back to his old job modeling for Mad Magazine.
Oh, the Pat Paulsen presidential campaign rolls on. He will be making his campaign headquarters the Funny Bone Comedy Theater in Branson, Missouri, from June 1 through Election Day in November. We hope you will take the opportunity to go and see him. Our time now, 1:30. Thanks for making us a part of your day this morning in America on your favorite radio station.
Now, at the time that Pat Paulsen was doing this, he was setting up to do his deal in Branson, Missouri. He was also appearing in Sarasota, Florida, at the same time he did this interview at a comedy club there. Now, I have to tell you that we were on a radio station in Sarasota, Florida. We did that one singular bit, that one singular 5-minute hit on our show, and we blew up the phones at the comedy club Paulsen was appearing at. He blew up the phones at the radio station because how could you say? Because they loved Yakov Smirnoff was a lovable character. He's still a great character, but he blew up the phones at the comedy club, and we had to have Yakov on, and I would have had him on my show. But they decided to put him on another show that was on in Sarasota, and apologize because it says, I only meant that as a joke. And, some people can't take a joke anymore. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream. You can hear our classic radio theater programs, and we will probably end up posting these shows up there as well. classicradio.stream. I'm Wyatt Cox. The opinions expressed on this program are mine. They don't reflect the USA Radio Network, staff, management, sponsors, or anybody else, but they ought to. Thanks so much for spending some time with us on this special podcast of Wyatt's Favorite Radio. Have yourself a great day, won't you please?